Greetings, everyone. I'd like you to join me in supporting the Stop Vivisection European Citizens Initiative. This initiative calls for a halt to the senseless practice of subjecting millions of animals to painful suffering and death in the testing of toxic chemicals that affect human health. For years, governments, corporations, researchers have argued that the testing of animals to assess the risk of chemicals to human health is essential to ensure the well-being of our own species. But now new breakthroughs in the field of genomics, bioinformatics, epigenetics, and computational toxicology are providing new research tools for studying the impact of toxic chemicals on human health that are far more accurate in assessing the risk of these chemicals to human beings. Anti-vivisection societies and animal rights organizations have made this argument for many, many years, only to be scorned by scientific bodies, medical associations, and industry lobbies who accuse them of being, quote, anti-progress, unquote, and caring more about animals than people. Now it's the scientific establishment, interesting enough, that has come to the very same conclusions. A number of years ago, the National Research Council of the United States National Academy of Sciences, the premier scientific body in America, issued an exhaustive study questioning the continued value in subjecting millions of animals to toxicity testing. According to the report, and this is a quote, current tests provide little information on modes and mechanisms of action which are critical for understanding interspecies differences in toxicity, and little or no information for assessing human variability and human susceptibility. In other words, millions of animals each year are subject to senseless suffering and put to death, despite the fact that the tests provide very little information for assessing the risks of these chemicals to human beings. Toxicity testing in animals is simply bad science. The National Academy of Sciences report says that new cutting-edge technologies now offer the possibility of securing more accurate data for the first time on chemical risk exposure. Indeed, the architects of the report say, quote, over time, the need for animal testing should be greatly reduced and possibly even eliminated, unquote. Good news for our fellow creatures. While the new methodologies for toxicity testing will spare the lives of millions of animals, they also hold the promise of saving the lives of millions of human beings. Quicker and cheaper testing procedures and more accurate data will speed the assessment of these risks of chemicals and provide the means of creating new drugs and other interventions to secure our own health. In short, win-win for both our fellow creatures and human beings. With new state-of-the-art research testing models, there's no longer any need to subject millions and millions of animals to inhumane testing in research laboratories. It's really time now to quickly phase out vivisection research in laboratories across the European Union and around the world. I'm hoping that you will join me and millions of other European citizens in stopping this cruel practice. Please take a moment and listen to the contributions of some of the scientists supporting this new scientific paradigm.
La vivisezione o sperimentazione sugli animali è un retaggio di una vecchia metodologia scientifica ormai completamente superata. È ancora legata alla vecchia posizione scientifica di tipo riduzionista e meccanicista, una posizione che ritiene di poter equiparare gli organismi viventi alle macchine, agli orologi, ma mentre una macchina o un orologio la posso smontare, posso e rimontare e posso dedurne le proprietà dell'insieme dalla somma delle proprietà delle parti, nel caso dell'orologio le molle, gli ingranaggi, le rotelline, altrettanto non si può fare negli organismi viventi. Un organismo vivente una volta smontato non si può più rimontare. Le sue componenti non sono sufficienti per capire come funziona un organismo. Un organismo vivente non è la somma delle proprietà delle sue cellule, delle sue molecole, ma soprattutto è il risultato delle relazioni tra le molecole, tra le cellule, tra i geni. Bene, tutto questo richiede un'impostazione metodologica completamente diversa.
We need both the ethical and the scientific argument in order to persuade the public, in order to get the public on our side, that animal experimentation is not only cruel, it also represents bad science. There are two basic arguments, two basic scientific arguments that anybody can use against animal experiments and against animal researchers. The first is that animals and people are biologically very different from each other. That is painfully obvious. So anybody can use that argument in a debate situation or a discussion. The second point is that animals at the beginning of the experiment are usually healthy, and they are made ill. They are given a disease or they are injured by artificial means. And that in no way resembles the natural history or the natural course of the disease in people that researchers are trying to mimic in animals.
Une initiative citoyenne européenne, Stop Vivisection, a été lancée dans le but de supprimer l'expérimentation sur les animaux. Antidote Europe, qui est une association scientifique et non pas de compassion ou avec des considérations philosophiques, s'oppose à cette expérimentation animale pour des raisons purement scientifiques. En effet, nous considérons qu'aucune espèce n'est un modèle biologique fiable pour une autre, ni un rat, ni une souris, ni même un chimpanzé n'est un modèle pour l'autre. Ceci est la conséquence immédiate de la définition même de l'espèce, à savoir son isolement reproductif. Donc il faut maintenant arrêter d'expérimenter, du moins dans l'expérimentation à but biomédical, d'expérimenter sur les animaux modèles. Nous estimons que le fait d'avoir fait cette expérimentation sur des modèles animaux coûte la vie prématurée à environ 1 million de personnes tous les ans en Europe et envoie à l'hôpital un grand nombre de personnes supplémentaires. Par conséquent, si on continue de travailler avec des animaux modèles pour la recherche biomédicale en particulier, eh bien, nous estimons que les autorités seront responsables de non-assistance à personne en danger et seront également responsables d'homicide involontaire. Que les autorités en charge de ça prennent en considération ces faits et prennent la décision d'arrêter définitivement l'expérimentation animale comme étant inutile, au moins très dangereuse le plus souvent.
Le alternative agli esperimenti sugli animali sono tecnologie avanzate, metodi di ricerca che racchiudono diverse aree insieme, come per esempio la biologia molecolare, la meccanica dei fluidi, la bioingegneria e la bioinformatica. Questi servono per sostituire il modello animale per creare un modello che sia più accurato e più efficiente per l'uomo. Qual è il problema? Il 92% dei farmaci che vengono immessi nei clinical trials prima di arrivare in commercio per l'uomo non sono efficaci per l'essere umano e hanno degli effetti tossici molto gravi. Che cosa possiamo fare? Possiamo finanziare le alternative, possiamo concentrare la ricerca sulla scoperta e l'innovazione di metodi avanzati di ricerca. In America questo è stato fatto. Per esempio è stato finanziato un progetto per 2 miliardi di euro che si chiama ToxCast e che consiste nel trovare modelli cellulari che siano più efficaci, più rapidi per capire gli effetti tossici di farmaci o di composti chimici per l'uomo. In Germania sono stati finanziati 43 milioni di euro per un progetto che si chiama The Virtual Network Project che consiste nell'unire 69 laboratori di ricerca e le informazioni e conoscenze per creare un fegato umano virtuale e tutte le informazioni che da esse derivano.
This is the idea of replacing animal studies for drug testing, for example, with little microengineered devices that are lined by human cells and reconstitute organ-level function.
One of the things that pharmaceutical industry is finding is that they're having very high failure rates, and often it's because the animal models being used to develop these drugs are not predictive of the human situation.
It's very expensive to perform animal studies and also time consuming.
Whereas here we have models that can potentially better predict the human situation.
It's called human breathing lung on a chip, and this device mimics a breathing human lung.
It has human airway cells from the air sac on a membrane that's porous. On the other side of the membrane are human capillary blood vessel cells. There's air on one side, there's flowing medium with human blood cells in it, like blood on the other side, on the capillary side, and then the whole thing stretches and relaxes just like our lung does when we breathe.
And we mimic, various types of physiological responses to drugs, toxins, or various types of materials we encounter on a daily basis.
So this would be very useful because it's human relevant, because we will be using human cells.
And I think the beauty of this technology is so easy and straightforward that a lot of people can use it without getting trained, especially biologists, clinicians, chemists, who don't have any engineering background. This technology is accessible to them.
Much cheaper than using animal models. To see the size, you need very little compound. So this would not only be more predictive, but have higher turnaround times. You can screen using much smaller amounts of the drugs too. So more predictive and more practical.
To make our European Citizen Initiative legally binding for the European Commission, we must collect 1 million signatures. Please sign now. Remember, this is a unique opportunity to speak up for our fellow creatures. Sign to stop vivisection and ask your friends to sign at www.stopvivisection.eu. Again, www.stopvivisection.eu. Please spread the word. We need to stop this cruel practice on our fellow creatures. We can do better than this. And now we have the science and technology to allow us to use humane, new state-of-the-art procedures that can allow us to better understand how toxic chemicals affect human health. And in doing this, we can protect our fellow creatures in the process. It's a worthy effort.